All right. It looks like we're live, but it's always behind. So we're just going to wait for it to catch up here.
Always that delay. Looks like it's there.
Is it there? Mine still hasn't come through, so I'm still just waiting. Oh, there we are.
Okay.
Perfect.
Mine was more awake than yours.
Yep. All right. Just making sure I have everything turned down so we don't get any weird echoing. I don't think we're having tech troubles. I think we're good.
Oh, I say it looks like it's rolling good for my end.
Yeah, same here. Let us know if you can see us.
Oh, maybe just because we were a minute or two late. I bet that's it.
Maybe. Yeah, just we were prepping, so it just took us a little bit of extra time to.
I just finally got my release package like 2 hours ago. I had to go to the post office because I was gone and the post office was closed yesterday and they held all my mail. So it was very much about what are we doing?
Totally get that. All right. Well, welcome to Tuesday Live. As we mentioned the past couple of weeks, our lives are now normally at noon, but sometimes we have conflicting things happening. So today we had to bump our time to 3 because we had something else going on at noon.
And I wouldn't have had my products, so you would have just had Lea anyway.
Yeah, and that's no fun. That's no fun when we're sneak peeking products.
Way more fun together.
Exactly. So we're here. We're going to sneak peek our January release, which goes live on Monday morning at 7 a.m. So this is mentioned in the video description, but just to say it now, pretty much everything we're using other than like inks and such are not available yet. They'll be live in our online shop at 7 a.m. on Monday. So we're just giving you a little peek at all of the new goodies.
Yeah, so obviously we don't have stuff linked in the video description. We probably will I'll try and get on and add like my ink colors afterwards. But again, that was a rather last minute selection here today. So we just figured out what we were using. So we didn't really have time to list that, but we'll try and make sure and show them. We don't have a moderator today because we're both on here and Canary's asleep because it's the later time. So you never know. Sometimes she wakes up, so you might see her pop in here for a second, but we're not counting on her being awake enough to catch and answer questions. So between the two of us, we'll do our best to catch all of those questions, but just know we might miss a lot more of those today. So if we miss one, just ask again. And really quickly, Janie, I did have it set up to be delivered to me, but it would have been here later today because there was yesterday was a postal holidays, at least where we are. So I changed it to pick up so that I could have it in time for this.
And in my neck of the woods, post office doesn't deliver 3 to 4 days in a row sometimes. So you never know.
You would never know. And I might not have had it in time then to be able to create for the release next week anyway. So I didn't want to take that chance and risk it. So
absolutely. So same old. Well, first off, if you're new to our lives, welcome. You can let us know you're new. We may not see it once the cameras flip and we start creating, but this is just a blanket welcome to everyone. We're happy you found us.
And if we miss it, everyone else loves to know that you're going to welcome you as well.
We do give away a $15 gift card code at the end of every live. Because it is a release sneak peek, we're going to give away 2.
Yes.
So all you have to do to enter to win is just do what you're doing now. So comment in the live chat. You can ask questions. Hopefully we'll see it. If someone asks a question and you know the answer, feel free to answer.
Especially since we won't maybe see them all.
Exactly. Another way that you can gain an entry into the giveaways is underneath the video. There's an arrow button that says share next to it. Click on that and you can share it. So you could share it on your personal Facebook page. You could share it in a message that you might have with crafty friends. You can also share it in a Facebook crafty group as long as it abides by the rules. There are some that don't like that. So make sure you know the rules for that group. Come back here, let us know you shared in the chat, and that's just an extra entry.
And also, not necessarily an entry, but we do love if you hit that thumbs up button for us. It just helps more people find us. I did see a couple of newbies, Janet sliding by and Catherine.
Welcome.
So welcome. I might have seen some more, but or might have missed some more, but I saw those two. So I thought I'd call both of them out and welcome them.
Absolutely. Welcome, Loretta, as well. So yeah. We would love if you would give this a thumbs up. It helps the videos reach both now and also upon replay in hopes that it will find some crafting people that will be inspired by Pinkfresh goodies.
Yes. All right.
All right.
Well,
So you said you're going to start first?
Yeah, I can show you guys the set we're using. I'll just get it while Leah gets set up because she's going to be hot foiling today. So mine will be a little simpler. So I think
All
I'd
right.
start off with that.
I'm going to put it on speaker view and I'll let you take over.
Okay. All right. And here it is, all in its glory. It's, of course, another beautiful Pinkfresh floral. This one has a stamp set. This is what I'm going to be using today. Coordinating die. And notice the two dies that go with the fancier, bigger sentiments on there. And then it's got a 4-layer coordinating stencil that's going to add all that beautiful color. And this is one of the sets that actually works if you just want to use the stencils without the stamp or hot foil. Although it's really pretty with both, and we'll be using those today. And Leah is going to use the beautiful hot foil plate with that today. So I'm going to let her take it away. She's also going to sneak peek another sentiment set. And then we both have another die that we're not going to name or show all the way. We're just going to be sneaky peeking it, even without a name. So it's just like a little bonus sneak peek. So I will mute myself and we'll let Leah take over with hot foiling.
All right, friends. Well, Heather showed you the hot foil plate that we're going to be using. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab it and get it on my hot foil system. I'm trying out this new angle. It worked really well both last week here on the Pinkfresh channel and then also live on my own personal. So I think you get to see more of the actual foiling happening. So I've gone ahead, I let my foil system preheat while we were chatting in the beginning. And so I'm going to go ahead and click the timer button and let this hot foil plate heat up so that we can get it nice and foiled. So today I'm going to be using a good classic. This is the polished brass hot foil roll that goes with the Glimmer hot foil system. It's just a really nice, it's a nice shade of gold. Just to show you the difference, this is their standard gold. So it has a little bit more of a brass tone to it. So the gold is a little bit more yellow. This polished brass, of course, you know the name, it's a little bit more brass colored. So that is the foil color that I'm going to be used today. I have it all pre-cut and everything, so it will be relatively easy to run through. And so now we're just waiting for the timer button to finish blinking, and then we can go ahead and get going on the foiling. So I'll just say hi to some people while we're waiting. Hi, Donna. I see you jumping in here today. All right. Well, thanks for joining us, friends. Okay. So I am going to go ahead and get going on this foiling. So because my platform is a little harder to remove from the base, I'm going to remove it first before I start applying the sandwiches. So go ahead and get that removed. And then I am going to go ahead and put the foil pretty side down. And then the cardstock that I want to foil it to, this is 100-pound Hammermill white cardstock. And then the two, the thin shim and the spacer pad that come with the hot foil system. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slowly run it through just the one way through my Platinum 6 here. So I don't feel the need to run my foil, the standard foiling back and forth, because I feel like that can cause shifting and possibly cause some haloing. So we're going to peel this away and see how it turned out. And it pretty much turned out perfect. So that is super fun. Okay, let's go ahead and take this plate off. I'm going to put it on my glass mat there so that it can cool off. Now we have this other, pardon me, we have this other new hot foil set. I will show this a little bit more in depth when I flip over to my other camera, but you'll notice all of the sentiments are separate. So we love our one pieces, right? But we also know that there is absolutely a place in our product suite or our product line for separate ones. So we decided to keep this one separate so that you can use up those little scraps of paper that we all have. So, and I'm going to foil the sentiment that says wishing you all the best. So we're going to go ahead and add it on there, click the timer button, and we will wait for it to heat up. While we're waiting for it to heat up, I did want to mention that we're also offering this new set in a stamp set as well. We know not everybody foils, and we totally understand that. So we do have it in a stamp set as well. The stamps are all separate, one piece, as is the die. And once again, I'll show this all to you a little bit more close up when we get the camera flipped over to my desktop. All right, we are just waiting for it to finish heating up here. And then I'll probably toss the solid foil plate on there. And I don't think Heather knows this, but I may, while the solid plate is heating up, I may let Heather go ahead and start stamping. And so she's just hearing it now and she gave me the thumbs up. Gotta love that we can communicate via Zoom with just our hands. All right, we are, okay, the timer has stopped blinking, so we are good to foil this guy. So let's go ahead and grab our foil. I'm gonna put it pretty side down at our cardstock, and we're gonna run it through just like we did before. Okay. All right, and let's see how this guy turned out. I have not even tested these, so here's hoping all is well. Let's take a look. All right, it got a little wonky, but I think I have enough room for cutting around it, so I think we're good. But it turned out absolutely perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw the solid plate on here, but it needs to heat up twice. So I'm gonna mute myself and I'm gonna let Heather take over and do some stamping.
Perfect. Mine's nice and easy. I was thinking about that afterwards, so our minds were on the same place. So I already pulled off my stamp set. I'm going to do our little traditional method where I stamp in just a light gray and then do my coloring and then restamp over the top. And I might do detail black, but I'm actually leaning towards Stargazer for my final stamp. But that one is pretty deep and I do feel like that one has a risk of smearing. So I'm going to stick with that gray for now, which will leave me the option of choosing at the end what I want to stamp with. So I'm just going to use Rocky Slope. Ooh. At least I just dropped it on my lid and not on my paper there. Better fingers. But I'm going to stamp that out, grab the stamp press. I'm going to make sure this is aligned down in the corner. And then I'll have enough of an image stamped here that I can line up my stencil. And that's good enough. I could stamp it again, but all I need to do is be able to see where I'm going. But look at how pretty that image is. I know you just saw it hot foiled, but I love it stamped too. I think it's so pretty. All right. Is yours close to heated up there, Leah? I can throw it back your way if you are about ready. I'm waiting to see.
It is not quite. I've got to heat it up one more round. So I can just chat if we'd like.
I was saying we could chat together for that matter. If we just need a minute.
I'll put it back on speaker or I'll put it back on gallery.
Sure.
And we can just chat while we're waiting for my solid hot foil plate.
See if there's any questions. I saw someone shocked, like, we're going to sneak peek one without a name. I know, we're so sneaky and teasy that way, aren't we?
I know. We will absolutely give you more information later in the week. So be on the lookout on both our Instagram feed and on our Facebook page.
And I'll just say, I don't remember if I said this, but I'm leaving the stamp in my Misty here, my mini Misty, so that I can restamp it at the end. I know I kind of implied it, but if you're new and didn't know that, I did want to make sure and mention that since that will hugely matter. It's one thing we like to do because if you stamp in detail black or some of the really bright bold colors, when you start ink blending, if you haven't given them enough time to dry or heat set, they can smear a little bit. And even more, it's nice to have that really crisp image at the end anyway. Even if you give it time, the ink kind of settles over and we like that crisp final restamp at the end. So
I do the restamp all the time now because
I
love how it looks. So
unless I'm a dodo and then pull my stamp off and I'm like, I guess I'm not restamping.
Yeah, then you can't.
Or
so my solid plate is almost heated up. I did want to mention I can actually already put my other plates away because I put them on my glass mat, which like disperses the heat really quickly. We like that little tip because the machine does come with a little mat and it's great. But if you put it on your glass mat, it actually cools it much quicker, and then you can put it away faster. All right, I'm going to put it back on speaker view because I'm ready to go, Heather.
Real quick, I just wanted to answer someone's question. They asked about a die for the sentiment set that you showed, and there is a die.
Yep,
we'll
I'll show it when I flip my camera around.
Okay.
All right, so we are back to me. So my solid plate is nice and heated up. So the reason why we took that time to let Heather stamp and we chatted for a little bit is, for me, the solid foil plate needs a heat up cycle of 2 times. So that's why, so last week you guys just all kind of chatted with me while I did it. So this week we got to do some other things while I used the solid plate. So now that we're nice and ready, foiling is not much different. I am going to remove the platform from the base. I'm going to put the foil pretty side down and just do my best to make sure that that image stays within the confines of solid plate. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my cardstock on top, and then the 2 shims that come with the system. The only thing different that I do here is with the solid foil plate, I actually do run it through my machine, my die cut machine, both forward and backwards. There's really absolutely 0 risk of haloing when you're doing a solid image. So I think that nice run through back and forth just really helps solidify and get that image adhered down. So let's do the little peel back and see how we got it. And the results are perfect. It's very mirror ball-esque here, although the wrong color, but you know what I mean. All right, so we're gonna let this heat up one more time so we can also do the solid foiling of that sentiment. Now, once you have heated it up twice, you don't have to heat it up twice again. So you can let it just heat up the 1 heat up cycle, and then you should be able to go again and run it through. So I am gonna hit that timer button and let it heat up one more time. I'm so glad that the tip about putting your hot foil plates on the glass mat is helpful. I know that was kind of like eye-opening when Heather and I figured out. We were like, oh, this is awesome. So I'm glad that that's a helpful tip. It also just helps things, it helps you like clean your desk up and put things away a little bit easier. So we should be about ready to go here soon. The solid plate is such a great addition to hot foiling. We really love the fact that there's basically very minimal waste when it comes to hot foiling when you pair it with the hot foil system, because you get both the standard foil and the reverse foil. I think I'm going to try to use, at least for the flowers, I think I'm going to try to use both versions today. I don't know if I will. I have not fully thought out a design yet, but I think I'm going to try because I think it's fun to try to find ways to use them both together. So we are ready to go. So once again, pretty side down, cardstock over the top, and then we will run this through. And I will then let Heather just take over for a minute after I do this so that I can clean my desk up and get it ready for ink blending. And once we are done here, and let's take a look and see how these results are. Kind of peel it back. And that one ended up perfect too. I'll show these again once I flip my camera around so you can see them a little bit better. So I am going to go ahead and mute myself and let Heather take over for just a second while I clean up my desk.
Okay, I won't get ahead of myself too far because there's only 4 stencils for this set. And I have a feeling Lea and I will be doing them right in order. But I tend to get ahead on the stenciling, so I don't want to get too far ahead of her. But stencil 1 and 2 are the florals, and stencil 3 and 4 are the leaves or the greener. So questions about glass mats. Lee and I both have, I saw Carissa said you could get it at Joann's, which I didn't know. I think Lee and I both got ours from HSN, and that was the best price at the time. But it's we are memory keepers. Here, I'm just gonna kind of see if I can tilt my thing around so you can see. There we go. I'm making a mess of my desk, but now I'll have to fix this again. So sorry for making anybody seasick, but I just figured that would be the easiest way to show that. And it looks like Leah's ready. So
I'm ready, and I'm putting us on gallery mode, so you have us both.
perfect.
So before Heather gets going, and I'm sorry, Heather, I'm making you pause again.
Totally fine.
But here is the whole sentiment set that I showed here. So you have all of the foil plates, and they're all separate. And of course, there's the hidden magnet underneath to help keep them in place. And then there is the packaging mixed up, or I don't know what this packaging goes to. It's fine. We'll figure that out later.
We're just so prepared.
Yep. And then there is the coordinating stamp set. And then my dies, of course, made a mess of themselves here. But there's also the coordinating die set, which is all separate. So like I mentioned, we love our one-piece products, but we also know that there's a time and a place for everything to be separate as well. And so we decided this was a good option for doing that separate style. So
Kind of fun. It gives you different possibilities. But
exactly. And it allows you to use up some scraps of paper and all of that. So we've got both the standard and the solid foiling of the sentiment. And then we have both versions of the flowers. And I'm going to set aside almost everything except for the standard foiled version. And we will get to ink blending here.
And our glass mats are 18 by 24, I believe.
16 by 22.
Oh, 16 by 22. Oh, you know what? I'm counting those, the extra margin around the edges.
Oh, the margins that we have around it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it calls it 18 by 24 in the.
Gotcha.
I might be wrong. The workable area.
The workable area is 16 by 22. All right. I'm just trying to find my tape here. I feel very scatterbrained right now. I don't know why.
Maybe I'm bringing it out in you. I'm blaming jet lag. So I just got home Sunday afternoon. Someone said something about their little trip to Paris, and I'm looking at it's healing up, but I fell when I was in Paris. So I'm trying to kind of hide my big old, it's looking way better now, and my knees are sore. So my brain's just all over the place.
Oh, bummer that you fell.
No, amazing. Just being so graceful.
All right.
Okay.
I think
you're upside down on your.
I have the image upside down. That's what's throwing me off. I'm like, what is happening here?
Something's not right.
There we go. All right. So if you notice you're having a hard time lining up a stencil, your image may be completely upside down.
It's possible. Okay.
All right. So I am starting off, I'm going to kind of do duo-toned colored flowers. And I'm doing a combination of coral reef and apricot today.
And I'm kind of doing, I don't know how duotone, but I'm using something for the big and something for the little. They'll probably mesh together, but I'm doing pink and purple.
Very nice.
I'm using those complementary. Are you using the little brushes too?
I am for the next layer, but I'm going to do bigger brushes for this bigger layer.
That'll help slow me down. So we should stay a little more
perfect.
Consistent there. I just decided I would just opt all the way for the little ones.
Nice. Yeah, I think I'm going to just do a little bit of both just to help with time, because I'm kind of slow with those small brushes. No matter, even though I love them so much, I'm a little slower.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I said, for me, that's probably a good thing. So plus I want to separate my colors there with the little ones. So I'm trying to kind of control how those mesh together without masking. So
yeah. And I'm just I am more than anything, I'm doing like dual toned. So like I'm going to have a little bit of each color in all of the main flowers. So
nice.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going deeper in the centers of mine. So
I think I'm doing more deeper on the sides. So we're kind of doing things a little differently.
Nice. Not even trying. Usually we try and we end up doing the same thing.
I know, right?
Maybe because we didn't worry about it today, it worked.
Exactly. Right. a little bit of apricot in there. I always think dual tone flowers are very pretty.
They are.
And the stencils make it so easy to do. I'm gonna get coral reef a little deeper because I feel like I really took over with that apricot. It is easy to go crazy with an orange.
Yes. But they're so pretty. I love those two colors together.
Me too.
Yes, lots of people waiting for
Loving
the smaller brushes.
Small brushes. We're excited. They should be soon. I don't think it's going to be January, friends, but it should be February, hopefully. I know we keep saying stuff like that, dangling the carrot. All right, I am done with stencil 1.
All right, I'm adding a touch of purple to the center. I decided
I'll just
do a little
switch some inks around here. This is when I'm going to get into my small brushes as well. I think that's what stencil number 2 is. Yep.
Yeah, the second flower layer.
Yeah,
I can talk.
Rita, I started with coral reef and apricot for this first layer that you see blended right here. And then I am switching now. So I've just updated to the colors that I'm going to use on the next stencil, and that is passion fruit and clementine. So it's just the next color up in the same color family for each one.
Yes, and I'm moving mine up now too. I need to swap over to my darker purple brush now. I'm going to a deeper color there. All right.
All right, so stencil number 2. Oh, and we maybe didn't mention this. We just kind of got going. If you're new to our stencils, they are etched and there's a number in the upper left corner, and there are little alignment guides in each corner. Now, the alignment guides are for when you're using them alone. When you're using them with a foiled or a stamped image, you just align the image to the stamped or foiled image. So you totally ignore those alignment guides and just align to the image.
I'm seeing lots of people talking about the stencils and how much they love them. Us too, you guys.
Us too. I feel like they have kind of revolutionized card making in a way.
Very much.
Especially, for people that didn't particularly love to color. I did not particularly love to color because I'm slow at it. So I like that this basically, does a lot of the work for me. And then I can just focus on crafting more often than having to only color.
Right.
But I love that we offer the outline images so that people that do prefer to color still have that option. So it's not like stamp layering where you're kind of set on that layering aspect.
Exactly.
You have a choice. All right. So these are just a really nice layer. And the thing about this stencil is it was actually relatively easy to layer. You just want to make sure you get those all within the image. So as long as they're not sticking out, you're good to go.
Yeah, this one was pretty easy to line up.
Yeah.
I was wondering because it's
once you have the image the correct way.
Yeah, that does help. That does help.
It's helpful.
Just a little. This one's pretty quick.
It is. I'm being a little bit more slow. So give me just a second and I'll get there.
I'll wait for you.
I'm using those small brushes and I think they make my brain go slower.
And I think I know, right? The discussion about the tool. This is for those who are registered for our February event. This is the swag that they're going to get. I think this is what Chris is talking about. And it'll release pretty soon. You'll see Lea and I use this a little later in the live here too.
It's a really great little tool.
It is.
All right. I think I'm done as well. So let's see. Oh yeah. Ooh. That's looking pretty.
Oh,
we'll show that a little bit more up close here in a little bit, but
yeah.
I like how that is coming together, friends.
See, when you hot foil, you can already see it all coming together. I feel like when you stamp, it looks great. And then you get to the end and you re-stamp, and that's like the wow moment.
I 100% agree with you on that. You definitely get the wow moment a little bit quicker with the foiled.
Yeah.
All right. Just cleaning my brushes off.
It's worth the wait though. So it's okay.
100%. Okay. So the next stencil is greenery. And I'm going to be using olive for the first one, and then evergreen will come in at the next stencil, but I'll put them both out here.
And I'm defaulting to Leah's traditional favorite color combo and doing aquas. Well,
Love
not
it.
combo, but the favorite leaf color.
I
One of
love
us had to do it.
One of us had to, and I decided to opt with traditional green, so Heather took it on for me.
Someone had to.
Someone had to. Absolutely. Debbie, this is technically our January sneak peek, but thank you. Appreciate that. I just didn't want you to think that you had to wait that long for
We
these
wouldn't
new
have to.
products to come out.
That
You
would be
only
pretty
have
neat.
to wait like a week. All right. I'll probably use my small brushes on the next one, but I'm going to go with a little bit bigger on this one just to get a little bit more coverage.
Nice. And I think I'm actually going to mix in, I think I'm going to start with Ocean Breeze, but I think I'm going to actually add a little bit of aquamarine on this layer just to get, I don't know, maybe. I haven't decided yet. We'll see.
Oh, Barb, we're not even close to February sneaks. This is January. Our January release goes live on Monday. So hopefully there's no confusion there. This is January sneak peek, not February. We don't even have our brain wrapped around February yet.
We're still getting used to writing 2023
Yeah.
for like another 6 months.
I know. Right. Oh, February event. Okay. The sneak peek. If you are registered, well, actually, we also sent out sneak peeks in all of the registration emails for that last week. So we have definitely shared sneaks from the event as well.
Yeah,
we
we
can see them
misunderstood
on our
that.
Instagram feed and on our Facebook page. You just have to scroll back to last week at some point, I think.
Okay. And I'm going to add a little bit of aquamarine.
I am just removing mine.
See, you're ahead of me. Look at that. I'm just kind of mixing so that I have the two, because it just suddenly occurred to me I might pivot over to the blues for my second layer of greenery.
Gotcha.
Change my mind on the fly.
Makes sense. All right. Got my next little brush here. I'm just getting my stencil lined up here.
All of that, and then I'll pull out the other ink colors since I've changed my mind now.
I don't know the exact date that the event kit ships out, but it's all mentioned in the group. I think there's a document that goes over that entire thing. I don't have all of those dates and such memorized. So I think if you look at all of the stuff, either pinned it, featured, or in the guides, you should be able to find that. And I'm sure we'll be updating here soon, but right this second, I don't know right off the top of my head.
Okay. I will use, now that I'm switching, I'm going to use Summer Shower for this whole
Summer
second
shower.
layer.
Ooh, look at you.
And then Seaside.
A little jaunt over out of the aquas.
I just suddenly thought, you know what, the pinks and purples and the blues and aquas, we might as well go two-tone on the leaves if we're going to go two-tone on the flowers,
Gotcha.
right?
Absolutely. This release goes live on Monday at 7 a.m. Central Time, Jerry. She's going to set an alarm. I love it.
Good idea. Good idea.
That is a good idea.
All right. And then a little bit of this at the deepest part. I love blues and aquas.
Me too. That is really pretty. I can't wait to see like the actual reveal of it.
And then the final stamp.
That too, once you've done the crisp stamp overlay there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think I caught up with you.
See, I go slow. I go slower when I use the smaller brushes. So
that's okay. I think we're doing, oh, you know what? While you finish that here, let's take a minute. Maybe I'll pick that first winner.
Oh, perfect.
We're about halfway through.
We are about halfway through, aren't we?
Yeah, that'll work.
Should I wait to do my reveal with you?
Sure.
Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll clean my brushes.
You can be patient.
I'll clean my brushes. I'll put ink away. All of that so that when it's time to do the other things, we're ready to go.
All right. And I'm that fast now. I'm getting good at this.
Look at you.
So the first winner, I'm going to post the comment, is Kitty Rainey. So you're the first $50 card winner.
Kitty. All right, to claim your prize, just send me an email. My email is leah@pinkfreshstudio.com. There's no H on the end of my name, so make sure it's just LEA. And then give me about 2 to 3 business days to get back to you.
And then we'll pick one more at the end still. So,
yep.
All right. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready for that final reveal. Ready, set. Got it?
I already went. I thought you were going.
Oh, you already went?
Uh-oh. We didn't freeze up or anything, did we?
I don't know, because you froze. Either way, am I frozen? I'm behind. Oh, you know what's wrong?
What?
Usually I keep the Zoom window in front of me, and I was looking at the
okay.
with the delay.
Like, is something wrong?
You didn't pull it off yet. I don't see it. All right. Before I fully do my reveal, let's do my restamping over the top.
Perfect. That's so we're funny.
Jet lag. I blame jet lag.
I don't have that excuse, so you're just like rubbing off on me. Apparently.
I'm rubbing off on you. All right, I'm gonna restamp in Stargazer because I think that's gonna go really pretty with.
Ooh, very nice.
So fingers crossed that I have it lined up and it's all gonna work.
I'm just gonna kind of start prepping because I have possibly a little more die cutting to do than you do.
Quite possibly.
Okay.
Pretty pretty. Oh my goodness.
Ooh, I can't even see it that well and it looks great.
I'm gonna restamp it one more time. I probably don't even need to, but that's stamped nice and juicy. Oh yeah, that's even better. All right, right now it probably just looks black on screen, but it's gonna soften.
It looks blue. I think it looks blue. Anyway, that's awesome. Woo, that's pretty. I really like that.
So bold and pretty.
I love those colors.
I'm gonna
finish
my stamp now with all of that bright color on there.
All right, I'm just starting to line things up so I can get all of these pieces cut out here.
Because you've got the solid and the regular.
Yeah, so I've got a little bit more to die cut, so it might take me a little bit longer.
Okay, I'll take a minute, put my stamp away, and then I still have my cover plate to dye.
Okay.
I'm going to use a previous release. I'm going to mix and match a little bit. Keep this handy.
Sarah is saying she doesn't know how we managed to get a card done in an hour. Well, we do prep a little bit.
we do. We cheat a bit. Yeah. Right. I'm going to show that off again. I also need to stamp a sentiment, so I should probably take a minute and pre-do that as well, now that I think about it.
I'm sorry. I don't know if you were talking to me. I was running my die cut machine.
I was just talking, not necessarily to you. Just that I have to stamp a sentiment still.
Perfect.
I realized I might as well get my sentiment stamped, so I'm kind of ready to go there.
Yeah. So you're going to get to see our fun little tool in action because I have some little chads that need to poke out of my die. But I wanted to show you guys something kind of interesting. So I was using this. I'm using this to work on some release cards. And I kept opening the wrong side and it was annoying me. So I added just a little matte gold enamel dot to the side that has the craft pick so that I would stop opening multiple sides to get to the tool that I needed. So for when if you end up with our little tool eventually, just an idea for you.
I love that.
Actually, I'm gonna get just a good wax to get some of these out. There we go.
I think this is what color I want this, but we'll see. I might change my mind. We'll never know.
That one is being real stubborn. It is in there. There we go. Got it. All right. Now let's get the other.
Okay. Where did I put? There it is, Stargazer. I'm trying colors for stamping my sentiments. We'll see how that goes.
Okay, let's see here.
Good. That's simple. Okay. We're both in the
I know we're in there. We're
thinking.
fussing around and thinking about things mode. So we get a little bit quiet.
Get all ho-hummy.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to run this through my machine again. So it's going to be loud on my end. So I probably won't hear if you say anything.
Okay. Should we talk about her while she can't hear?
I heard that.
Stupid. Sorry, no, that was too fast. No, it would be all good things anyway.
All right, so we got our 2 pieces cut out. And I'm not sure if I'll use them both, but I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to use them both. Now I'm going to go ahead and get these sentiments cut out too. So I don't need this die any longer. We do need this die set, and here comes having to figure out which die goes with which. Here's why I do love One Piece, because you don't have to figure this part out.
There is that. I always think of the same thing too.
I think it's this one. Look at, I got it on the first try.
Way to go. All right, my turn to die cut, so I will be right back.
All right, perfect. I'm just lining up this die so I can take my turn to die cut when Heather gets back. I'm glad you guys were able to tune in and join us today. It's always a little wild and wacky when Heather and I are crafting together live, but we enjoy it, and we hope that you enjoy getting to see a little sneak peek of what's to come. You don't have to wait too long, of course. The release goes live on Monday. So, but we have a good time together, and we enjoy spending time with you guys too.
Okay.
Oh no, Kathy, I'm only making 1 card. I'm going to try to use the solid and the standard foiled versions together somehow. I'm not sure if I will, but I'm going to try, but I'm only making 1 card.
Not going to be that crazy, huh? I could have done this in advance, but I think I know she's die cutting right now. So I'm going to die cut a couple extra layers to stick together, just because I'm looking at how delicate that little swoosh on the C for Celebrate is.
Yeah, I think what I have found with a lot of the sentiments in this release, they work better if you just cut multiple layers and adhere them down that way. Just because they're so beautiful and intricate.
And I feel like
it's kind of hard to put foam tape on it.
Yeah, but it makes it more like a chipboard embellishment, and it's a great way to use your scrap paper.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you on that. So I've done it that way for all of the cards I've created so far for the release, is I've just added a few extra layers underneath them, and it's worked perfectly. And they're really so pretty with how intricately they cut out. All right, I'm going to run one more thing through the die cut machine, and I'll be right back.
Go ahead. And I've got one last one. We'll see. I might do this one more time. I can't quite decide. And then I also
I'm back.
You're back. Okay, I'll do my last die cut, and then I just need to die cut my cover plate, and then I'll be caught up with you on die cutting.
Awesome. I am just going to catch up on comments, and I am going to clean up my space here a little bit. And then I am probably going to start assembling my card here.
Okay. And I will move on here.
Glad you guys could join us. It's always fun when we get to hang out with you all.
So real quick, I know we've shown these 1,000,001 times, but the cover plates,
they're so good.
Most of our newer ones, we don't have a cutting edge around the outside, which I love for my card today, because I've already got my card base, and I'm going to cut that right into the front of my card base so I can keep everything kind of more one layer, but it's not going to cut off on the side there and make a panel. So
very nice.
Love that.
All right, so I got my 2 sentiments. I have a feeling I'll probably end up using the standard version. Okay, so we mentioned that we are going to give you a little peek at something, but we're not going to talk about it too much. So you'll just have to wait for later in the week. You'll want to check our Instagram handle or our Facebook page, and we'll share more about it later. But this is just a little peek at it. It's a really fun design that we think you're going to love.
And I'm going to be showing part of it, just a simpler part of it too.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just so Heather's showing a small part in a minute. I'm just kind of showing a little bit of the added design to it.
So look how fun that is. Now I've got that great textured card base without a fussy extra bulky layer too, which I love. Right. Not cut. I'll clean that up later.
All right. So I glued this down to glitter paper, which means I am probably going to need to put something kind of heavy on it for a little bit in order to get it to really stick.
And I'm going to scare everybody and do what always makes everyone nervous. Is Cheryl here today?
Are you going to cut your flowers in half?
I'm going to cut my flowers. Cheryl knows. And I saw her do it on one of her cards recently. So she's getting brave.
Yay. She's getting brave.
We're turning her to the dark side. Okay.
Absolutely.
I am just cutting right down the middle, just like that. And I kind of picked that spot.
You all know I love doing flower surgery.
We do.
I cut those things apart in a million different pieces.
Totally. So I'm going to show you why I picked that little spot, because there's just a little natural groove that was easy to line up and then pick a center. And the reason I did this is, as pretty as these look just, straight on the card, I want to kind of split and do a split design so that it frames. Look at how much that just changes the whole look of those florals.
Love it.
Whole different look.
I know my screen is really boring right now. I'm just kind of waiting for my glue to set up so it won't pop off this glitter background that I gave it.
I need to start gluing sentiment layers together. Oh, and then I forgot I have my other little piece. So you see the one Lea has, this is the outline of that, which also works on its own to almost make like a pretty little doily or something. So
absolutely.
I'm going to tuck that in there just as a little soft layer to kind of break things up a little bit. I think it'll show on there. I did it out of vellum. Because again, I just have a soft textured layer.
And I'm pretty sure I'm going to use a white card base today, but I don't know. I have this kind of peachy color card base too. That might actually be kind of nice.
Ooh, that's kind of pretty.
That's actually kind of nice, isn't it? I wasn't sure. That's why I made a white card base.
I know it's one of those things.
I don't know. The white on white is so nice too.
It is pretty too.
This is the worst part. Okay. I'm going to think about it while I make myself a cardstock panel, or excuse me, a foam panel.
Oh, good. I've been gone all week and this is my first time breaking out and using my glue. So I was hoping it hadn't. I
am not going to be making myself a foam panel because I am out of pre-cut foam. So I'll have to do that later today. So I'll just go ahead and mount this with some regular foam tape today.
Time to refill the supply, huh?
Yeah, time to cut some. I have plenty of white foam, but I just didn't realize I had gone through my trimmed down supply of it. Getting a lot of votes for the peach. So that is probably what I'm going to do.
It's hard to tell because I know on the screen, I feel like it pops a little bit, but I totally get that in person sometimes.
Yeah.
White on white just.
Oh, there's something special about white on white, but.
Well, I look at my card today.
Oh yeah, yours is white on white too.
A little bit of white on white. Especially with all the bold, because of my colors of my.
I feel like I should have just bought stock in 3M with how much foam tape I just put on the back of that.
So hard to let it go, isn't it?
It is.
But we love those foam panels. And
yep.
Same effect, less costly.
Exactly. Okay, Lea. Oh, man, I love the white on white.
I know whichever one you pick will be beautiful, so.
Okay, I'm going white on white. Sorry, guys. I know a lot of you said the peach, but the white on white is my jam right now. So I'm digging the white on white. So I got to go with my gut.
Yep.
The peach was definitely beautiful. And I do agree with all the people that said the peach was really lovely, but I'm going with my gut.
All right.
And I think I'm going to need to glue a couple little edges down. I see some little areas popping up. It's so hard to glue things to glitter paper.
Yep. Especially when you're live and you don't have time just to leave it weighted.
I know, right? I might need to do this. And just
Sherry's kind of off topic, but asking about die cutting glitter paper because she can't get the dies to cut. So I haven't tried it on glitter paper, but I know that little trick that I shared recently with using a bubble mailer underneath intricate dies. I bet that would help with glitter paper too. I have not tested it, so I can't.
Yeah, good glitter paper, just because it's all glitter paper is made so differently. If it feels more malleable, you probably need to add a metal shim to it. I don't have any problem cutting the glitter paper that I own because it's more like glitter cardstock, I guess. But sometimes that glitter paper has that more malleable feel, and it is kind of harder to cut out.
So more rubbery or whatever.
Kind of more rubbery, yeah. It's kind of got like a different coating on the back of it. So if you're having struggles cutting glitter paper, try adding in the metal shim that coordinates with your die cut machine, and I bet you'll have better results.
Okay.
All right. I think that is now tucked down. Okay. I'm going to do a little flower fluffing here.
Oh, yes. I still have to do that too. There we go. Turn that into a little banner.
Interesting. Someone was saying that they had glitter stuff fall apart in the mail. I don't think I've ever had that happen. I use liquid glue a lot with glitter paper, and I think it does actually adhere really well. I think you just have to give it time to set up. Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of fluffing to the solid, but I don't want to crease that foil too much. I'm just gonna do it very minimally.
And I want to I'm gonna glue that vellum down just with a little liquid glue behind where the flowers are, so it hides that. It's not gonna need much to hold it down. So
okay. So here is where I'm trying to make a decision if I want to include both pieces on the front. Sometimes it's nice to just have a little small bit of the solid peeking out from underneath the standard. I still have to just figure out how I want this arranged on the front. Maybe I should figure that out first.
one out that big guy is here.
That is so much better. I had to flip it upside down to make it. But thankfully, I don't think it looks wrong the other way. Actually, I think it looks really nice.
Is that upside down? Actually,
I don't know. Is it right side up or?
Here's on the stamp set.
Oh, it's right side up. Oh, look at me. Maybe that's why I was struggling it with the other way around.
That could be.
All right.
Or you can do like me and hack it in half and like put it wherever you want.
Yeah, exactly. I did do that on another release card. I mean, I hacked the flowers to like 3 different pieces.
Oh my goodness, brutal.
I love it though. I love it. I do like the little bit. I do like the little bit of the solid piece just sticking out from behind. I just think it gives a nice little touch of detail. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some liquid glue to the center and stick it down. And then I can make some adjustments once it's on here.
Get that on there here. Right.
All right. Very nice. I like that.
Pretty. A little more.
And then I think this is going to go about here. All right. So this guy can get glued down. It's going to hang a little off of each edge on this card, but that's okay. Just extra dimension, right?
Totally.
All right, so I need some small thin foam strips. We might go a couple minutes over today, but we should be pretty close to being on
How
time.
did the time fly that much?
I know, right? It's pretty wild that it's almost already 4.
Totally. And even though I built up that to build it all sturdy, I think I am still going to add some foam adhesive there in just that center area. But the nice thing is it's so much more stable now. It's not going to bend up.
That's true.
So totally worth that.
I could have done the thing where I cut multiples of this sentiment and stacked it up that way, but this one's a little bit easier to get foam behind it.
That one's much easier.
It's I didn't really feel the need to do that.
And I'm purposely picking this little spot and tucking it in here because that loop, I can do it so a little bit of that greenery peeks behind and kind of makes use of that little peekaboo spot, which is kind of fun. I like that option.
Nice. Roxanne, I really do love my Barely Arts glue, but I don't really have experience with anything else. So I can't really compare it to anything, if I'm being completely honest. Because I use it pretty exclusively. So, but I do really love it. So hopefully maybe you can find some and try it out. Okay. Make sure that looks fairly straight.
Fix that. I didn't like that double layer there. Talking to myself again.
And I will save the solid foiled sentiment for a different card, different date. Now I just got to figure out what bling I want to put on my card.
The real question.
That is the real question. That little paper fibers. I don't know about you, Heather, and maybe you may not have a dry climate in the winter, but so Minnesota, we have a humid climate in the summer months, but then as it gets colder, it gets drier. And I don't know if you've noticed, but when I die cut things, more paper fibers like shed when it's drier, when the air is drier versus when the air is more humid.
No, I've never even thought about that. Yeah, but you know what though, even though it's more humid, I think we have heat and stuff like that on indoors more. Dries things out. So I think there is some dryness that happens just because of that. But I hadn't,
yeah,
I hadn't even thought about that. But now I'm going to pay attention because I have noticed. Now I'm curious.
So I think I'm going to go with the old tried and true jewels mix here. And I think I'm going to add some, I think these are bubblegum jewels. I think that's the color we named them.
I'm actually pondering.
And then the peach fuzz.
I haven't done these.
Glacier. Whoa. I am making a mess over here.
I was going to do crystals, but I think I'm going to go a little more neutral because my card is so bright.
Yeah.
I feel like it needs. Maybe we'll just
Audrey. Very kind of you. Lisa is giving Joan Barty the permission to go buy the solid hot foil plate right now.
Joan, you don't have it? I don't know why I thought you had it already.
I know, I thought she did too.
Surprising us.
You know what? These are a little too bright. So I think I'm going to switch back over to ballet slipper. Little much, just a little much for me.
Yeah, I'm going with which ones are they? The clear iridescent drops. I just felt like this is so bold already that I really needed to.
And I know that my ballet slipper, the small thing, is lacking big ones, and that's the color I need. So I'm just going to grab my little refill.
There you go.
And we're just going to do a little trio there. I think I'm going to add a couple just to the flower centers. And then maybe I know. And then maybe one more little trio up here.
I need to finish here real quick and then I can pick out our final winner.
Oh yeah. You know what? Actually, I might just do a little set of 2 up here. It's not a very big space up there.
There you go.
Perfect.
I just need to stick mine down and then I will go pick that last winner.
Okay. I'm kind of in the same boat. Joan, yes. These are the same things. These are the little refills that we created for the full kit. And now more people prefer the pouches. So it's just kind of how it goes, I guess.
Can't blame them. They're cute, but
they are really cute. So yeah, the things, at least the ones that are called jewels, we have things that come in other pouches that aren't the same, of course. But if you just see things named jewels, they're the exact same thing.
Yep. Okay. All right. I've got this done. So while you stick those down, let me pick the other winner and then we can show off our cards side by side. And
yep.
Right. Let me here. And announce that last winner.
Oh my goodness. I have a mess over here on my right hand side.
Off camera, right? Okay, here is winner number 2, Lisa Cole.
Congratulations, Lisa. Same as
All right, and we
before.
Let's see. We're gonna pick these up and show them closer. Someone said they wish they could see it. We're showing them closer.
So there's the foiling.
I love yours is so elegant.
Thank you. I love yours too. I love those colors. They're beautiful. I like the design too with the flowers cut in half. It's just such a good showcasing that there's so many ways that you can use florals. You don't have to just keep them the one big cluster.
Look at Barb said, can we play again together tomorrow and Thursday and Friday?
She's so cute. I love you, Barb.
We might play together, but it won't be live.
Probably won't be live tomorrow. We'll probably just be the 2 of us tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we can switch back to front facing and we can let you all go.
Good.
I just got to make sure I pick the right camera. There we go. Yeah, my light's gotten a little rough, so I'm kind of red toned.
Getting dark.
It's getting a little dark in here.
Stormy and dark here. I just have my bright desk lights. That.
All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us for our sneak peek of the January release. Once again, it will go live on Monday at 7 a.m. Central Time.
Yep.
So you don't have to wait too long.
Yeah.
And yes, we were sneaky and we gave you a sneak peek of a product that we decided not to share the name or anything about. You'll just have to get more information about that later this week.
But it's coming soon. And as always on the release day, we do have that blog hop and the YouTube video that both give you a chance to win the entire release.
Yeah, there are, when all is said and done, there's 3 chances to win the entire release on our blog, on the intro video here on YouTube, and then on our Instagram post on the Instagram hop, which is the day after the release, so Tuesday.
Exactly. And that's not even counting all the $25 gift cards along both of the hops.
No, so you get 20 chances to win $25 gift card codes as well. So we celebrate hard when we have a new release, and we like to, celebrate. Okay. So that's the only card making live today or this week. Today.
Both today and this week.
Both. We will have a scrapbooking live on Thursday. It will be at its normal time of 12 noon Central. This week, I believe, is Kathleen.
Yes.
And I think she's going to be using one of our new scrapbooking collections.
I don't remember
that live. I can't remember which one, but just join us.
I think it might be Flower Market, but I'm not positive. We'll find out. We'll see. It'll be a surprise.
All right. So we're about 6-7 minutes over, but we were also about 2 minutes late. So we're kind of right on there. And we will see you. One of us will see you again next week. I don't,
Probably me.
Heather.
I think it was my turn.
I think it's Heather.
Because I was on vacation last week.
Yep, that's right. Other than that, hopefully you'll come join us on Thursday for Scrapbooking Live at noon. Always a fun time to watch more crafting, and also, of course, another chance to win a $15 gift card code.
Absolutely. All right. Well, have a good rest of your week, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Have a good rest of your day. Bye.
Bye.